Hello. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. So we're in the middle of, well, we just started, didn't we, yesterday, of Mrs Splatt. And if you remember, she's just like slammed the school dinner down onto the plate and said, "Eat it, vermin." So we're picking up from there. Eating school dinners was compulsory for everyone at Slop School. Packed lunches were strictly forbidden. Splat made sure of that. She and her army of dinner ladies did stop and searches on everyone as they passed through the school gates each morning. Pockets and bags were emptied. Any offending crisps, cakes or chocolate bars would be confiscated by the dinner ladies and then eaten by them. Munch, munch, munch. One time Splat even ate a wooden pencil case. It was brown and she had to make absolutely sure that it wasn't chocolate. Crunch! She actually quite enjoyed it. Yum! Although her false teeth did become stuck in it. My teeth! Mrs Splatt oversaw a reign of terror at Slop School. Every single kid there lived in mortal fear of her. Except one. Chewy. The girl was so called because she was always chewing bubblegum and was an expert bubble blower. Chewy. Chewy could blow bubbles that would reach the size of beach balls before they popped. The morning our story starts, Chewy was waltzing through the school gates chewing bubblegum as usual. Chew, chew, chew. Of course, Mrs Splatt was waiting for her, her army of dinner ladies fanned out behind. "Spit that gum out, you vermin," ordered Splat, her one good eye staring at the child. "Why, Mrs Splott," replied the girl. She loved getting the lady's name wrong on purpose. "It's Splat, not Splot. And can't you read?" With her iron finger, the dinner lady pointed to a huge sign she'd attached to the school building that read, "Fod is forbidden on school premises." She spelt it all wrong. See, look. Spelling wasn't her strong suit. "Bubblegum isn't food," stated the girl. "Yes, it is," argued Splat. "No, it isn't." "Well, then what is it, Miss Clever Knickers?" "It's bubblegum." The hundreds of kids who'd been gathering in the playground to witness this had a good chortle. "Silence," ordered Splat. She punched her fist into the air. "Ouch," she whimpered. "Now listen to me, child. It's in your mouth and you are chewing, so it must be food." "I'm sorry to say, but you're wrong, Mrs Splatt." "Whatever. The thing with bubblegum is that you spit it out after you've chewed it, which is what we would all love to do with your disgusting school dinners." Chortled the kids. With that, the girl burst a huge bubblegum bubble in the dinner lady's face. Pop! Before swanning off. Splat peeled the pink layer off her face. Before she could get her revenge, the bell rang for the first lesson of the day. Bring! She was boiling with anger. She'd been made to look a fool. Now she was determined to break this vermin once and for all. Splat limped into the dining hall, or Hall of Horrors, as the Slop kids called it. Thud, thud, thud went her wooden leg. Once in her kitchen, the dinner lady began hatching an evil plan. "Today," she announced to her army of dinner ladies, "we will create the most repulsive, inedible, deadly dinner of all time." "I thought we did that every day," piped up one of them. "We do, thank you, but today I want to teach that vermin a lesson she'll never forget." "Chewy," exclaimed the one with the crooked nose. "Yes, you guessed it. I want the food we serve up today to send that nasty little child running for the hills." A cheer went up in the kitchen. "Hurrah!" Immediately the dinner ladies set to work. By noon, Splat and her gang had created the most repulsive school dinner menu of all time. Ding! The bell rang for lunchtime. Splat whipped off her wig, gave the counter a quick mop, plonked the wig back on, and took her place behind the trays of food, if they could call it that. Her iron ladle was in her iron fist, her one good ear listening out for Chewy, and her one good eye looking out for her. As soon as Chewy pushed the double doors open to the dining room, clunk, the girl was shocked by the smell. Pong! The food always stank, but today the stink was enough to knock you out. All the pupils and teachers of Slop School were choking and coughing, their eyes streaming. Water! Call an ambulance! Pinching her nose with her fingers, Chewy nervously approached the food counter. Bubbling away was something that looked like a stew, even though it smelled like a campsite toilet. If you have never been camping, then you will have to use your imagination. But trust me, it was pong-tastic. We meet again, child, purred Splat. Good afternoon, Mrs Splatt, chirped the girl. Splat! That's what I said, Splut. What kind of stew is this? Stew, thundered Splat, her false teeth shooting across the Hall of Horrors. They landed in some poor child's stinging nettle soup. Donk! Splat! Fortunately, one of the dinner ladies, the one with the hairy chin, retrieved them for her glorious leader. I mean, what kind of meat is it? Asked the girl. Roadkill, replied Splat, after replacing her false teeth. It looked like a squirrel. Could be a fox or a big ginger rat. Hard to be sure. The lorry had squashed it flat. Splat! Absolutely revolting, was the girl's verdict. Thank you kindly, child, replied the dinner lady. That was high praise indeed. I'm not eating that. No matter, purred the dinner lady, guiding the girl along the counter to something even more disgusting. I have this pie, made straight from the oven. The girl peered down at it. What kind of pie is it? She asked. Pie. Once again, her false teeth made a dash for freedom. Whew. They landed in a teacher's beetle blancmange. This time the dinner lady with the eye patch retrieved Splat's teeth for her. Have a slice, ordered Splat. It's a surprise. My special pie surprise. Just then Chewy spotted that underneath the pastry top something had moved. Look, it was alive. What was that? She demanded, seriously spooked. What was what, child? Replied the dinner lady, mock innocently. Something moved under the pastry. Just then a claw appeared from underneath. Splat whacked it with her ladle. Grrr. Whatever was underneath the pastry growled. I do pride myself on using only the freshest ingredients, announced Splat. There's fresh and there's still alive. I am never eating that. The dinner lady was growing tired of all this talking. She wanted the girl to do some eating and fast. Well, there's still one more choice, child, she said, moving the girl further down the food counter. And I have saved the best until last. Dumplings. These dumplings were brown and steaming and looked as if an animal had laid them that morning. They are not dumplings, exclaimed the girl. Oh, yes, they are, child. I saw these dumplings being dumped with my own eye, hence the name. Splat chuckled to herself. Behind her, the gang of dinner ladies chuckled too. The girl was adamant. I'm never, ever, ever, ever eating that. Oh, yes, you are, my child. That was your final choice. So dumplings it is. What do you think she's eating? Sounds disgusting, doesn't it? It sounds much more disgusting than my homemade pizza that I just ate, which was yum. So, we'll find out the last part of Mrs Splatt tomorrow. So have a good night's sleep and see you all tomorrow. Good night.